What kind of killer sends puzzles to newspapers, taunts the police, and turns his crime spree into a game? In the late 1960s, someone was doing exactly that in Northern California. Couples parked on dark roads near Benicia and Vallejo were ambushed without warning, shot at close range. In Napa County, 2 college students relaxing by a lake were tied up and stabbed. In San Francisco, a cab driver was shot in the head on a quiet residential street. 5 people were killed, 2 survived, all between December 1968 and October 1969 in the Bay Area. At first, investigators saw them as separate crimes. Then, in July 1969, 3 Bay Area newspapers received nearly identical letters from an unknown writer claiming responsibility for multiple attacks. Each letter included a different piece of a 408 symbol cipher. The writer demanded the code be printed on the front page and warned that if it wasn't Cheewer, he'd cruise around all weekend killing. A school teacher and his wife cracked the cipher days later. Instead of a name, it was a rambling monologue about enjoying hunting people. No identity, just a mindset. Weeks after another attack near Lake Berryessa, where the assailant wore a hood and a symbol that looked like a rifle scope, San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein was murdered in the Presidio Heights neighborhood. Shortly after, a letter arrived at the San Francisco Chronicle with a torn piece of Stein's shirt inside, proving the writer was at that crime scene. That same writer opened a later letter with a line that would become infamous. "This is the Zodiac speaking." From then on, the world knew him only as the Zodiac. Between 1969 and 1974, more than 20 letters and cards were sent to newspapers, a lawyer and specific reporters, many signed with the cross hairstyle symbol. 4 ciphers were included. 2 have been solved. Most recently, the so-called 340 cipher in 2020, which turned out to be more taunts and no real clues about his identity. Despite thousands of tips and dozens of books, the Zodiac was never caught. The only person ever publicly named a suspect by police was Arthur Lee Allen, a former schoolteacher and convicted sex offender who denied involvement and died in 1992. No conclusive evidence has tied him or anyone else to the crimes. The case remains officially open. Decades later, we know the dates, the victims, and the letters by heart. What we still don't know is the one thing he promised to give us in that first cipher: his name.